In today's episode, I have a zest from Mexico. Her name is Luzma Herrera, but we know her as Luzma. And she became very famous because she made us dance to her amazing choreographies on Zine Volume 101. In this conversation, Luzma is sharing with me what the process was like going through her son's cancer and how it affects the family system, how you turn all of these hardship situations into something positive and use that to propel you further in life. It's actually very inspiring to see how her son Hector has been going through all of these situations and what it is like growing up having a brother with Down syndrome and how beautiful she describes everything. Luzma is just so positive and so strong in her beliefs that everything works out for the better. It's very eye-opening and wow to hear her explaining everything and sharing with us all of these very challenging situations. Thank you so much, Luzma, for sharing so much of you and your intimacy and the processes that your family goes through, and for being so happy and for making us smile the whole time through it all. Thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy every second of this beautiful conversation with Luz Maria Herrera. And don't forget to comment, like, share this episode, and subscribe to my YouTube channel or click on follow on Spotify so that you can continue to receive notifications every time a new episode is released, and you can continue to help me to grow this beautiful project of Biographies of Greatness. Thank you so much. Let's go to the show. Welcome to the Happy Beyond Fit podcast with Maria Browning, former synchronized swimmer from Colombia, turned into a lifestyle entrepreneur.
We are ready.
Luzma, welcome to my podcast, baby. I'm so happy to have you.
Oh, I'm so happy to finally we could set our agendas.
I
Because we are
know.
very busy women.
I know. We've been trying to make this happen for I don't know, over 2 weeks and canceling and then rescheduling and then again and again and again. And woman, you're a little crazy because you just came back from your trip this past weekend working, teaching B1 trainings, right?
Yes, I was at Ciudad Juarez.
So you left since Thursday. You were not feeling well because that's why we canceled last week, because you were actually going to the doctor because you were feeling like you were catching a cold. Then you traveled the same day on Thursday and you've been gone until now and you just arrived and you didn't cancel the podcast. I was just so sure that you were going to tell me, no, Maria, let's do it another day. And you're like, you got ready and ready, set, go.
I'm here.
How are you not crumbling down, exhausted?
Well, I think it's my passion for living. Sometimes I think when I die, I will reincarnate in another woman because I want to do so many things. I think it won't be possible in this life.
So this is the normal you at home, because I've always seen you every time we get together for the ZES meeting and Zumba convention. You're so full of energy, but this is the normal you every single day. You're full of energy.
Of course, sometimes I need to. Yesterday, I arrived and all the afternoon I got to sleep. I was
Okay.
watching Netflix. Today,
Okay.
I went to my Zumba class, and then right now we are in Eastern vacation.
Okay.
No, how you say Semana Santa,
Yes.
Holy
Yeah,
Week.
yeah.
Okay, so
Easter
I
break.
don't know if you know that I run a studio. I have a dance studio.
So I was gonna ask you because you say you're the director of the studio, so I didn't know if you're also the owner.
I'm the owner, but I like to say that I'm the director because that's what I love
Okay.
to
But
do.
you're the only owner.
Yes, it's a family business. My husband helps me with all
For
that.
how long have you had the studio?
10 years.
Okay. And what's the name of it?
Epic Motion.
Okay. And it specializes on kids and
Yes.
dance competitions.
We have ballet, jazz, tap, hip hop, and contemporary. The smallest student is 3 years old. And I'm so proud that I have students 18, 19 years old. Some of them are even doing their career on university, and they don't want to stop dancing, and they try to find a schedule to continue dancing. So it's all ages, and I love being with them, sharing my passion for dance. And
So Luzma, You started this studio because you were also enrolled in dance classes ever since you were very young?
Yes.
How
Mhm.
old were you when you started dancing?
My first dance class, I think it was 4 years old.
Okay.
And then when when I was like deciding if I wanted to study a career, I didn't have good mentors, and they told me like, no, dancing is a very hard career. You better do something normal, continue dancing, but don't be a dancer. So I went into the university for marketing, but
Okay.
at the 4 year of no, the fourth semester, I told my parents, you are gonna pay, and I'm not gonna be working on this. So
So you quit?
I quit it. Yes.
So you didn't finish university. You don't have a degree
No,
on
I didn't
anything?
finish.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I told him, please, like that money that you're gonna use on my career, can you sponsor me like dance workshops and dance to be an educator? Not because maybe you can dance and you can dance very well, but you don't have the ability to transmit all your dancing skills. So I went to apply certifications and those kind of things to be a
So
better.
they do teach certifications for you to become a dance teacher?
Well, in Mexico, no. I went like to US, to Los Angeles, to different places, and tried to do a little workshops. When I was in all this study, my husband proposed, so
Okay.
I got married at 22 years old.
And he knew that he was taking on the responsibility to continue to pay for your dance workshops because you were preparing yourself to become a teacher of dance.
Well, in that when
Or what was the arrangement?
the arrangement was because that's what I saw in my house. That when you get married, you go to your house. Okay, it's like you
What do
become
you
a
mean?
spouse.
That
Like
you become a staying at home mom?
I stay at home, like you take care of your kids. But
Uh-huh.
I was a dance teacher at a studio in my hometown. So when I got pregnant, I decided like I want to give my girl the time for her. So I stopped teaching.
So you were already teaching dance classes.
I was already in and it wasn't my studio. But I went home like one year with my girl, and then I decided I was missing it a lot. So I tried to balance being a mom and being a dance teacher.
How old were you when you had your daughter?
25.
Okay, so you got married at 23 and then you got pregnant very quickly. And then you waited a year, and after a year, you went back into dancing because it's not like it was going to take all the time, all the day. It was just a
Yes,
couple of
and
hours.
it's a very kind job because you can take your girl. All the students are like, oh, Luzma's girl, and they take care of her, and she can be there. So it's a very kind job. You can take your kids. Okay.
Huh.
Then I got pregnant again from my boy, and then I decided like it was like too much having two kids because they were only like 1 year apart.
Okay.
When I was pregnant with Marifer, that's my daughter, and
Is her name Marifer or that's the nickname? Okay.
Maria Fernanda is the name,
Yeah.
and her name
Okay.
is
Yes.
Marifer.
Hmm.
Um, uh, after my pregnancy, it's like I went 20 kilos up,
You gained 20
gain.
kilos. Okay.
So because I was always dancing, I didn't need it to do exercise because dancing.
And
But
you were
in your
so
mind,
young, you didn't know you had to watch the calories or anything.
but in your mind, you are not working out, you are dancing.
Uh-huh.
So when I gained all these kilos, I don't know how many is in pounds, but I decided I need to go to the gym.
Okay.
And in that gym was so boring. I tried everything. So one night I was like feeding my girl and I saw an information of Zumba.
At
Like
home.
at home, like an information that Zumba and dance, the exercise in disguise and all that. This was 19 years ago. So the www was starting, so I entered the page, and there was gonna be a certification in Monterrey. That's a city 3 hours away from here.
Taught by Beto Perez?
It was like the few ones that Beto did in Mexico, and it was 2 day certifications, and there was no PowerPoint, there was no simple. Beto, ¿cómo se dice? Se sentaba and he dictated the songs you needed to find.
I know, because there wasn't not even a manual back then. Yeah, I've also been an instructor for 19 years, so I know the deal. And the training was 2 days long because he used to teach us like 12 rhythms.
So
it was like an overload. And then you left not knowing anything because you couldn't remember. It was like way too much. Yes.
It was like so I'd say that in my certifications, one hand in the front, one hand in the back, and go and do it by yourself. So,
yes, good luck.
Good luck.
Quick note to remind you to please click on like, comment, share this episode, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow on Spotify so that you can continue to receive notifications on every single episode that is released on the Biographies of Greatness, and you can continue to help me to grow this beautiful project. Thank you so much. Let's get back to Luzma.
So, because I had this dance background, it wasn't so difficult, but I was terrible at the warm-ups because I just wanted to dance. So the warm-up section was not good for me. And
you didn't enjoy it?
No, and I didn't.
Because you had no experience.
Had no experience in working.
And back then, they really didn't teach us how to do an appropriate warm-up. Yeah, so we were kind of lost with that one. Yeah.
So, well, I came back to my hometown and I started doing Zumba
Where is
classes.
it that you live?
I live in Torreon, Coahuila.
Okay, teach me geography in Mexico. Where is it?
Well, it's Nuevo León. That's where is Monterrey in the north of Mexico. We are bordered with Texas.
Okay.
Texas is so big that it has 3 states from Mexico in the border, like touching all Texas. You have Nuevo León, you have Coahuila, and you have, I think it's Chihuahua. So you have that. And I live in Coahuila, 3 hours away from Monterrey. I'm in the north of Mexico.
So you are 3 hours away from the border?
No.
To the
from
US?
5 hours away from border.
Okay, not bad.
Okay. 5-6 hours.
So you grew up going to the United States?
Yes, for doing shopping.
Okay. So you went back to your city after taking the B1 training?
The B1 training, and I started teaching my Zumba classes in the gym where I decided I wanted to lose those kilos, and also in the dance studio for the moms.
Okay. So in 2 different
there's
places.
where my career as a Zumba instructor started. And when I had my 2 kids, I decided I wanted to take care of my kids. So I stopped.
So no Zumba either?
No, Zumba, yes. I always stayed with Zumba, and that dance teaching was in the afternoon. And well, in my hometown, it's like you have piñatas, like party for the kids, like 3 days a week. It's very social. So I wanted to take my kids to the piñatas and all that moms
activities
without a job do. So then, 1 year after having my second son, one mom from the dance studio where I used to work called me that if I wanted to be the owner with her of a dance studio, because she likes my work ethic, how I teach, and she wanted to be the one of the administrator or the.
Okay, so she was not gonna teach dance. She was gonna put in the admin work and the money.
And I suck at admin work. Sorry for the word. So it was the perfect deal that I will have all my creativity and my passion on teaching, and she will be the one with the money stuff. Okay. So I talked with my husband, and he said that
But you were both investing as much money.
Yes, we were both investing as much money.
Okay.
So it was a perfect deal. We were 50-50, and my kids were a little bit older. So my girl is like now 3 years old, so she can be a student too. And the boys go to soccer and the girls go to dance. So it was a perfect deal. And I started my first dance studio. It's called a dance because it continues. But then like 5 years passed and some personal stuff also. I went to San Diego, California to live like for 9 months because when insecurity was very bad in Mexico, we had
It was dangerous?
it was dangerous. We had like a dangerous situation. So my husband decided if we go
Did you guys
to
get a threat or something?
yes. Well, my mother-in-law got kidnapped
For how long?
for 2 weeks.
Oh,
Thanks God.
Jesus. So you guys paid for the ransom?
Yes, but then they didn't give her back, so we had to wait, and then like a miracle happened, and the el ejército, how you call the ejército in
The military force.
the military force found her and she came back.
Oh my God, otherwise you guys will have like lost her and the money gone as well. They were not planning on sending her back.
No, it was like a miracle.
And where did they
So
keep her all this time?
it was ay, ¿cómo se dice? Donde guardan los pollos, where they take
The chicken?
the
Where
chicken.
they have
In here in my city, there's a lot of chicken production for the eggs and of the poultry. It was una bodega.
like a warehouse.
Warehouse.
Like a little warehouse where
It
they
was
would put the chickens?
uh,
And she
but
was surrounded by chickens?
in a car, inside a car for 2 weeks. So
Inside a car? What do you mean?
like
Como en un camión?
no, en un carro, in a car with with 3 more women. Also,
That were kidnapped as well.
yes, and they only went out for going to the bathroom because they had their eyes covered.
So wait, I'm confused. So they were not in the chicken house. They were in a car
In
for
a car
for 2
inside, but
weeks.
2 weeks.
And the car was parked inside the
Inside.
chicken kind of warehouse
Mhm.
place. Inside a car.
Mhm.
Like a van or like a normal car?
No, like a normal car, like this. Yes,
Uh,
it's so crazy what you see in movies in Mexico. It's true.
Poor thing.
When
How
she
old
came
was
back,
she?
well, she was young because she's very young. I think she was like 50
Okay.
because this was
Oh my God. This
like
is intense.
ago.
Okay. So the whole family left for San Diego for a while after that?
Yes, because my ¿cómo se dice? Mi suegro,
Your father-in-law.
my father-in-law died before all this. So my husband was the responsible of the family. So he got like take care of all this situation and he want like let's get out of here. So his best friends lives in Tijuana and the idea was go there like for a week, 2 weeks for vacation, like get this stress with the kids and then continue. But when they were there, they decided that maybe they can do like business and they say, well, let's do it. Well, let's start from zero. So he decided it was better if we live in San Diego so the kids could learn more English and like, so we went there for 9 months and the dance studio like waited for me, like what's going to be my situation.
So you closed it for a few months.
I didn't close it because we were two partners and we had teachers. So I
Okay,
was like
perfect.
only
So it was
from,
able to keep running. Okay.
yes, to keep running. And I told Elisa, like when I went there in Tijuana, I went to a class with her in Tijuana, but I wasn't.
That's where you met Elisa Stone?
Well, I met her, but she didn't remembers me.
How dare you?
So I went to her class. The class was full and it was super cool. The gym was very nice in Tijuana. So, of course, I was a Zumba instructor. So after the class ended, I went to Elisa like, hi, Elisa, I'm Luzma, Zumba instructor from Mexico, from Torreon. I'm visiting. So your class was great. And Elisa, oh, nice, bye. Of course, she has her life and
Yes, and big
So,
classes. Like, how are you going to remember?
Then, in San Diego, I met a very nice community of Zumba instructors. It was my first time I did a jam session. And why I talk about this?
Jam sessions existed already.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So why I talk about this is because really, if you are a Zumba instructor and you move to a new city, you will have friends like in a week. If
I
you
know. Isn't that so
find
beautiful?
yes,
Not
if you
just
find
friends, they're like your besties immediately.
like it's
It's
like,
so
oh, you're
awesome.
Zumba, okay, this is the group, this is the WhatsApp group, we are going to do this, ta 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 ta.
Oh
Well,
my
in that
God,
time there was
yes.
no WhatsApp, but like my husband is like, we have 2 weeks in here and you have all those
All those
contacts on your
friends.
cell phone.
Because
Yes,
you're very extroverted. You're
yeah.
very friendly. You love hanging out with people. Yeah, I think you recharge by being with people, right?
Yes, and what I love most also is like all the Zumba stories. Like you meet someone, I love that of convention. Like you meet someone new, maybe you are eating pizza in where you can eat, and then they start sharing the stories, and I it's like my life is so boring. That's life is
I know. Such interesting people, right?
so many interest people you met in Zumba, and that's what I love about, of course, of feeling well and doing good for yourself and for your health, but that
Yeah, but you
community.
really appreciate the people because you're a very extroverted person. So you have enjoyed that benefit, the community, the making friends, the hanging out. Yes.
Or maybe you think you have the worst battle in the world and you meet some people that you say, oh my God,
They
like
have it worse.
they have it worse, or they have the strength to going through that, so I can do it too. So
Yes. And it's a
that
good reminder because sometimes we're just so into our own little
mhm.
world and our problems that when we just talk to the neighbor and we realize, oh my God, they're also struggling. Maybe not comparing the struggles, but like, oh my God, yeah, like this is everybody's life. It's how it's supposed to be.
Like so oh, I'm not a hater on that new era, like manifesting, and
You're not
you
a
can have.
manifester?
I don't no. Like if you manifest and you think, like shit happens, and struggling happens, and I think like there should be like a new era of thinking like how to get through battles, or how to, because of course things have to happen, but how you react to them is how.
It's what makes a difference.
Yes, and sometimes, like maybe in the outside, you manifest, but really manifesting and don't getting what you think you need, it makes you feel, ¿cómo se dice? Unsatisfied. When you have a struggle and y lo sobrepasas, ¿cómo se dice en inglés?
You overcome it.
But when you have a struggle and you overcome it, it's like, okay.
Okay, so on this note, let me pause over here and give a little bit of an explanation why Luzma is maybe a very appropriate person to talk about the power of being excited about overcoming challenges and not relying only on manifestation or positive words. And it's because your son, Hector, when he was 10 years old, I believe, 5 years
11,
ago,
11, 12 years old.
this was like 5 years ago, 2020.
Yes, no, 4 years ago. So he was
Okay.
he was 12 years.
So you guys discovered that he had cancer. What's it, cancer?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of cancer?
Osteosarcoma.
Okay, can you explain what that is?
Well, when this happened, I thought cancer in kids was leukemia, because it's 70% of the
Yeah, it's the most common in
is the
kids.
most common. So in my ignorance, because you are not on
Yeah,
that
you're not an expert.
an
Yeah,
expert, he's a football
an
player,
athlete. Yeah,
an
yeah.
athlete. So he had just finished the season. They won. It was a very
He
hard
plays
season.
football, right? American
Football,
football.
football,
Mhm.
American football. So
Yeah, I
and he
saw his
started.
Instagram. It's so impressive.
little scary to jump.
Close your eyes, shut your mouth, dream a dream and get us out.
Drinking dope turned me to a superhero.
Hit the hay, fast asleep, dream a dream, you little super.
Yes, he's my son.
Yes. My God, yes. Okay, sorry. Keep going.
So he started to complain about pain on
The calf?
calf. Yes. And it was like, well, maybe it's the end of the season. You are overtrained, so let's go to the physio. You
Or
say
maybe
like that?
growing pains because you're
And
growing,
maybe
the
so,
bones are expanding, it hurts, right?
and maybe muscular pain. So he
Overuse.
went to the, and then like for 1 month, and the pain didn't went away. And then let's rest, okay? And he rested, and then we started pandemic, the COVID. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So it was so weird. He hadn't trained, and then he rested, and the pain like went away. And sometimes athletes learn to live with pain because
Sometimes no. It is the norm. You no longer complain because it's just the day by day because you're an athlete or like you're a dancer. Like things hurt all the time. Yeah.
So you know your muscles are gonna be in pain, okay? And then like a little group of the most intense athletes on the team, like were no, it's so boring. Let's go like to run on the outside, and he with his coach did a group of very few kids and went running and come back home. And the pain started again. So my husband was like, well, maybe you started training again and the pain came back. But no, this is so weird. Let's go and make an x-ray. And my husband took him to the x-ray, and we have a friend that it's a traumatologist, you say like that, the one that takes care of the bones. And we sent her by WhatsApp the x-ray, and she didn't like it. So she told us that we needed to go with the oncologist. And we were like, what does a bone has to do with that?
Yeah. How did the bone have to look in order for her to see it on the x-ray that it was cancer?
Maybe I can show you some pictures after this. So it looked like the bone is straight. The bone of my son was like a Q-tip.
Okay.
It was like straight and a little ball in the
In the upper part.
On the upper part. So they told us, well, but don't get scared. There are tumors that are good and there are tumors that are bad. This looks 98%.
So the growth on the tip of the bone was the tumor?
Yes.
It was a growth.
It was a growth in the bone.
And it was at the height of the knee or almost close to the knee?
No,
or?
on the height of the knee. You have the la tibia, la fíbula.
Yes.
El peroné, ¿cómo se dice peroné?
Uf, ni idea.
Ahorita a ver, googlea. The fibula is a bone that's really important because it's the one that carries on all the weight. So this was like the first.
Se dice exactamente igual.
¿Cómo se dice peroné?
Fíbula.
¿Sí? Fíbula.
Tibia es tibia y peroné es fíbula.
Okay, fibula. Well, she had the tumor on the fibula, and fibula is the other bone, but it's not as important because it doesn't carry weight.
Okay.
So this was like the first good news.
Okay.
Like the worst news was it was a bad cancer, a bad tumor. But after that, if there was two options, we always had the best option.
Okay. And what stage was it, the cancer?
So this is different from like the other kinds of cancers because it's not like the stage or not. Is that how big is the tumor that you can do a surgery so you can save the leg? Because if the tumor is too big, it damages more muscle, more bone, more nerves.
Okay.
Okay. And if the tumor is small, it's easier to remove the tumor and don't damage the leg. Okay. Well, we needed to know if it was bad or good tumor. So they did a biopsy.
Yeah, the biopsy.
Okay. And then, well, it was bad tumor. So they told being a bad tumor, they have to give a chemotherapy. And the first
Before the surgery.
yes, in this kind of cancer, the treatment works like this. You have to do like 3 or 4 chemotherapy cycles before removing the tumor because you have to see if the chemotherapy is reducing the
Shrinks it.
tumor. Shrinks it. And if it shrinks it, it means you are giving the best treatment.
Okay.
So because if you remove the tumor before giving
It can come back.
you don't know if the chemotherapy you are giving is the best one.
Okay.
So he had 3 cycles of chemotherapy. It is a chemotherapy. It includes three
Is
kind
it once a month or once a week?
It was every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks for 4 days because it's a very very strong chemotherapy. There are three kinds of different ones. It's not
Okay.
only one. And after that, they did the surgery to remove the tumor. And then he got 8 more cycles. In total, it was 11.
Oh, wow. So he ended up having more.
Yes, you have to continue getting more to really take all the bad cells away and always protecting the lungs because in this kind of cancer, then it uses to go to the lungs. And when it gets to the lungs, it where it's get.
So it's normal to metastasize in the
Yes.
lungs.
Mhm.
So, but how can they prevent it from?
I think that's why they don't
okay.
take out the tumor and they continue with the
okay.
chemotherapy. So that's why there were 11 cycles.
Okay.
in
So
total.
this took 6 months.
This started in August, and we ended in May. 9 months.
Did he have to do the surgery?
Yes, he did the surgery. They take out the tumor. That surgery went very well. It didn't take out many
Damage.
muscle
Okay.
damage, and the nerves got damaged. So for 3 months, he couldn't do the dorsiflexion. And he had to do therapy to remember his nerves and his muscles that he can do this because if you don't dorsiflexion, you don't walk. So I love all this learning because I apply it in my Zumba Gold trainings. Like you think that you will do this for all your life and
By
no.
default. Oh,
So
wow. Yes.
you have to this movement is so important. So you have to constantly do it on your classes.
I am doing it right now.
Yeah.
I'm already like appreciating it.
Like really hard. Like when he sended the sign to his feet to move and the
It
feet
wouldn't
didn't
move.
So, and then like 1 week and it moved a little, and then 2 weeks and it moved again until it moved like all the range. And then he can start like walking and running. And before it got the whole range, he uses it's like a thing you put and makes it move back so you can walk.
Prosthetic?
Sí, o
Okay.
sea,
To help him to keep the foot like this,
the
flexed.
foot like this
Okay.
because the foot dropped. So he had
Okay.
to hold the foot so when he walks, he didn't fall.
Okay. So how long did it take him to recover and be able to like walk normally again?
Like 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
And he was like very like he
Disciplined.
wanted to play back again, to be strong. He was like, this is not me. Like when you talk with him about all the process, is like when I was in chemotherapy, that wasn't me. Like I saw in the mirror and I only saw weakness, and he has beautiful hair.
Gorgeous hair. Yes.
So imagine he lost
And he lost it all. Yes.
Yes, and he was always strong and with muscles, and with chemotherapy all went away. So it was, I need to be me again. And even so, that's what was his.
So he
then
didn't need extra motivation. He coached himself on that.
If you are a mom and you are seeing this, you need to take your kids to sports, not the gym, to team sports, and give thanks to God if they don't win.
Because they are being trained
They are
on
being
losing
trained
and struggling and rejection.
that things won't happen at the first time. So when he went through all this process, I was like, I thank this American football for training my kids' mind that you don't win until you go all the yards. See, 10 yards. See,
Yeah, yeah.
like you have to run 10 yards and then 10 more.
To not lose the motivation, but to be trained to continue to go a
Continue,
little bit
continue,
further every
continue.
day.
Because there was like 11 cycles that you need to go and after each cycle he felt like terrible. Comencé a
Throw
vomitar,
up.
throw up without energy, and then you have like hot and then a lot of
Cold.
cold, and the smells, like I wanted to hug him and what, mom, the smells of the humans are not good for me right now. Very strange things happen in your body because the chemotherapy is poison.
Yes.
And that because the poison doesn't know if he's killing good or bad cells, he's killing all the cells. So that's why you have to be really protected because you don't have good cells also. And the difficult thing about cancer and chemotherapy is the treatment. He was like, Mom, please, I don't want to go to the last treatment. No more chemotherapy. They took out that tumor because he really felt very, very bad. And I was like, it's a blessing to have that treatment. Maybe you know, but here in Mexico, it's really, really expensive to have a good treatment. And there are moms like begging to the government to please give treatment to their kids, and like having the privilege to give my son the best treatment. It was like, what else can I ask for life?
During the hardest time, which was pandemic, in which like even I am sure you felt the change in our income in Zumba because we were no longer teaching the trainings, and what a scary situation to be going through.
And thanks God we have insurance. I don't know if it works the same in Mexico that in USA, but in here in Mexico, if like the medical care that we receive from the government is awful.
Okay. So you had your
Hospitals-
private insurance.
So we have a private insurance. And if you want to go to a nice hospital and to a doctor that will give you a good ¿cómo se dice? Consulta, a good consultation, you have to pay. So thanks, because my father-in-law died from cancer too. My husband was like, we need insurance as a family because if you don't get insurance, any disease can make you bankruptcy. So thanks God we had insurance, and he could have the best treatment in a very good hospital. We did the treatment in Monterrey. So every 2 weeks we travel to Monterrey, stayed 1 week in the hospital, and then come back. 2 weeks.
The two of you, or it will be you and then the other time your husband, or the three of you will go?
The three of us.
Okay.
We, thanks God, like my husband could come with us. And in here, the one that struggled more was my girl, my daughter, because it was COVID. So no, you cannot have visits on the hospital. So she couldn't come with us. So like when we went away, like this week you will stay with your grandmother, and next week with your godmother, and next week with your other godmother. So she felt like
all over the place. Yeah.
Yes, but she was a very good sister, and she understood what was going
So
on.
Luzma, since this whole conversation started because you said that you don't believe in manifestation, so you were not manifesting your son's health? What were you doing? What did you rely on?
Well, of course, I'm Catholic, and I believe in
the power of
God and
prayer.
Virgin Mary, and I pray. Of course, I have good. Of course, I have good thoughts on things that will happen, but I believe more, and you have to do it by yourself, and you have to be like Like, because when we were here in my hometown, they told us that we need to prepare our son because he's going to lose his leg. So I was like, I won't stay in my house, like, please don't lose the leg. And I won't manifest. No, I have to go and look for the doctor that will save my son's leg and will see me on the eyes and tell me, we are gonna go through this. Okay.
So you
But
searched through different doctors.
yes, I went out, searched through different doctors, of course, tried to be positive, put music, dance, and when something is not going like you want, like investigate why it's not going like that. And of course, I have good thoughts, but you have to make that thoughts happen, not only thinking. And like the parabola of God, that it's raining a lot and then it's in a flood, and one woman is on the roof of her house praying that God will save her, and then a man
On a boat.
in the boat. No, God is gonna save me. And then 3 boats, and then 4 boats, and then 5 boats. And of course, she was waiting for God to come with her hand and save her. And God sent her a lot of rescue friends. And I think that's what you need to do. Like, try, okay, you can ask for it, but also be aware that there will be different ways that will come for what you're asking, not how you think you're gonna come. So I manifest I'm always have a good attitude. I always think in positive, but I'm more like a doer. Like, if you want it, do it and find a way of doing, or find the people that will help you and go for it, because nobody is gonna make it for you. You have to do it.
Did the fear of your son losing the leg affect you a lot, or you don't entertain those thoughts?
I don't entertain those thoughts.
Okay.
It was like, okay, this doctor thinks that's what's gonna happen, but it's 2020, that 21st century. If I have to go to Germany, or if I have to go where I need to go to save my son's leg, I will go. Like, I won't stay with this information. So
Okay.
my husband is more like, he worries more. And of
Uh-huh.
course, his dad died of that. So what he knows about cancer
And
is
it was the same cancer?
no.
Okay.
My father-in-law's was a skin cancer, the
Okay.
melanoma. Mhm. So we were a good team. I
Mhm.
were more like cheer ups and calm and la, 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 and he was more like concentrated in the morning, paying the bills, in the insurance, in the treatment. Like, we were a good team, everyone in different areas, but always rowing in the same direction.
I am sure that this has molded your son's personality into some unstoppable kind of human being after overcoming this, right?
Yes, because he's like, of course, when you start in this journey, you also meet people that didn't make it.
Mm.
And of course, you don't need to
Makes you
feel.
appreciate your life so much.
So it's like, why I did survive. I have a purpose in this life. Also me, like, why my kid survived and the kid of the lady I met in the hospital didn't make it. Of course, it's not that I manifested it more than here, or that
Correct.
we give
Impossible.
we gave them the same treatment. What's the difference in here? And that's why I tell you that struggle happens is not why happened, but for what is happening to you. Maybe you have to learn something, or
A
maybe
lesson.
a lesson, or maybe it gives you the power to do something. So of course, because my son had that mentality of an athlete, and then going through every chemo, and then feeling like one more, and then he completed all the chemo, and he survived. And it's like, I have to do something with my life. My life needs to have a purpose. And also, as a family, we decided we need something to the ones that don't have economical in Mexico, when you have osteosarcoma and you don't go to a private institution, they
That's the
cut
only
your
option.
is the only option because it's too expensive to save
Jesus.
it. Because
And
maybe
osteosarcoma is common in that part of the body, or like it could be
no,
like
it's in the bone. It can be in any bone, but it's
on the
common
extremities.
on the extremities, and it's more common in boys than in girls, and the age when they are growing. So
Wow.
between 10, 13, of course there are the exceptions, because we met a boy that was 9 years old and we met a boy that was 17 years old. But it's
But those
that
are the
common age
commonalities.
where when you are growing, because there is a malfunction on the cells of growing, that they grow abruptly. So
Okay.
we
So you guys are now committed to the cause, to spreading the word of what osteosarcoma is and trying to raise funds for them. Okay.
we have if we have a foundation, an association that's
Yes.
Honor and Legacy,
Okay.
and we help kids with osteosarcoma.
Did you create it or you joined that foundation?
No, we created as a family.
Okay.
When in one of the travels from Monterrey to Torreon, where we live, my son found the bill of the hospital, and it was a lot of money. And he asked, like, how are we going to pay this? And we say, no, don't worry. We only paid 80 pesos because we have our
Insurance.
insurance. And he asked us, like, and the kids that don't have insurance, how do they do it? And then we told him, well, they need to go to the government, or they need to find associations that help them. And he was like, can we do something? I think he was in his 8th cycle of chemotherapy. And I was, yes, let's do something, because maybe that happened to you for that reason, because we are a family that has many friends and many people that
Entrepreneurs.
entrepreneurs, and we can help raise money. And I told him, let's start. Well, you have to think how you're gonna call it, how you're gonna name it, and let's start selling shirts with motivation. And he was, no, mom, like your Zumba shirts, like then people uses them to go for sleeping. No,
So he had a different vision.
yes, the vision was hoodies, because
Okay.
teenagers
With
use
style, of course.
with
Duh.
style.
Yeah.
But hoodies are more expensive. I will find someone who, ¿cómo se dice? Patrocinar, who sponsors
Sponsor.
the hoodies.
And he found the sponsors?
And we have, he found a sponsor. And then after seeing a American, a football player that also got cancer, and he won the best comeback on the when they give awards to the football players. And when he gave his speech, he said, honor and legacy. You have to honor the ones that already won or struggled through a battle, and leave a legacy for the ones that are coming. So he decided that we will call Honor and Legacy the foundation, and we started the first fundraising was selling hoodies.
Básicos para ayudar a los niños que tienen cáncer y necesitan pagar sus tratamientos.
And he was 12 years old.
Yes. So we all as a family gave our vision to this project instead of thinking about the cancer. He finished the treatment in May, but we started this in December, because we have some pictures of the hoodies, because I have
the black one.
uh-huh.
I saw it.
And
yes.
he's bald. So I think
Uh-huh. Do you guys still sell the same hoodie or you have evolved into another hoodie?
we have evolved because there was not enough money. Like selling hoodies, like, of course it was like the movement. And he said that, like, you are helping with money when you buy the hoodie, but you are also helping you, because when you feel that you don't have energy, when you feel you are not motivated, you don't want to go to the gym, you don't want to do anything, remember there's a kid that he's not giving up on chemotherapy. So you put your hoodie and you go to the gym.
Where did he say all of this infomercial?
The Honor and Legacy Instagram.
Okay.
I will share it with you so you
Okay.
can see.
Okay.
And also on all this process, when I was like trying to cheer him up, like, let's put music, let's dance, let's all this old stuff. It was like what I can do so you can feel better. And he told me, bring me Kyler Murray, his favorite football player. So, and I was like, okay, let's do a video because right now you have to use your flag of being a cancer kid because I
To
told
get
him
attention.
to get attention. Like, sometimes it's good to feel like a victim. So
Yes.
and he was like, no, mom, you are so crazy because you do your Zumba videos. You think we all have to do Zumba videos. But then one morning he wake up before entering his surgery. We always have psychologist with him
Okay.
because our oncologist told us, like, if you want to work with me, you have to work with a psychologist too, because there are so much emotional things that go through the process that you won't do it alone. The psychologist told him that he can bring to the surgery something that he really wanted and really motivated him. So he will wake up from the surgery with those positive thinking. And he decided to bring a jersey from Kyler Moore,
Boom.
a
Okay.
football jersey. And before entering the surgery, I did a video and he did a video like, hi, Kyler, I'm Hector. I'm entering my surgery and I would really love to meet you. Like, that would really motivate me through all the process. And
I
the
saw the
went
video.
viral.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Hi Kyler, I'm about to enter my surgery and I hope we can meet one day because you will be my inspiration to recover and I'm your #1 fan.
Hector, what's up, bro? It's Kyler here, man. First and foremost, I want to say you're a warrior, bro. You inspire me just as much as I inspire you, man. You're inspiring all of us. I can't wait to meet you, but in the meantime, I'm sending you a couple things. Hopefully you'll like them. We got a signed game jersey and some merch for you, bro. When you fully recover, dog, we'll fly you out to Dallas. I know you play quarterback. We'll get some routes in. We'll throw some balls around, have some fun, get a nice meal. I'll fly you and your family out, man. And, like I said, I can't wait to meet you. Keep fighting, dude. Keep fighting, bro. We're all behind you, thinking about you. We love you, bro.
I told him, so if you obey your mother, good things
Go
will
well.
happen.
Because he did the video that you suggested, and then good
Uh-huh.
things happen. And then Kyler sent the video with a beautiful message to him. Yes.
Yes,
I saw the
and then
video too.
we traveled to a game and they met and they threw balls. So it was something really good that happened to him.
Yes, and motivational for him to
Mhm.
look forward to something during that
Right.
process. So the foundation is still going on, and you guys are constantly trying to raise money to help kids that are going through the same thing.
Right now, because like I think having a foundation is a full job.
Yes.
Like is like you need to be there because your job is to get money. And we did this just like for a way to give thanks to God, to life, that our son is here and how can we give it back to the world. So that's why we decided to do that as a family, but it's not our full job. So we like when somebody reaches us, like, of course, we wanted to save everyone, but it's so expensive. That's why we decided only to treat osteosarcoma. That's the cancer that we know. We know how it works. We know the doctors. We know what's a good treatment. So that's why we decided we are going to only attend osteosarcoma cases. And when we have one case, we only help that one because we want to feel that we reach them out through all the process, not like have some money for your chemotherapy and goodbye.
Okay.
So
Like you're committed to one case in particular.
we are committed to one case until.
And then you guys post on the page which is the case that you guys are supporting at the moment, so that people can do the follow-up and see how the kid is doing.
Yes. And
what's the page?
Honor and Legacy. We all do all by Instagram.
It's only Instagram. It's not a
Only in
website.
Instagram. Yes.
Okay. Honor and Legacy on Instagram. Okay.
And we try to go with entrepreneurs to find the funds.
Okay. So that's how you try to
So,
raise money.
Of course, I have done.
It's not doing Zumba classes.
No,
hoodies.
yes, of course I do Zumba classes. Of course we do raffles. Of course but that's so little money.
Yeah. So the bigger money comes from when you go talk to CEOs.
If we want to really commit to that case.
Okay.
And we have done, of course, we do all these Zumba classes and that stuff, but it's not enough.
Yes. Makes sense. Yeah. Having a foundation is a full-time job. So
Yes, I'm manifesting, of course.
now you are.
Now, yeah, yes, of course. It's like I'm a hater, but on the manifesting that it's only on the mind.
The thing about manifesting is that wherever your attention
goes,
your whole life goes. It's like we all know it. If my eyes are looking that way, the whole body's gonna follow that way. So it's the same thing when you're manifesting. Some people call it manifesting. Some people call it just reaffirming positive thoughts or rejecting negative thoughts. Some people call it prayer. But we're all doing the same. It's just a different word. And the word manifesting has gotten a bad rap and many people hate it. Yes, they are like, do not come here with your manifesting stuff. Yes, but it's how physics works. It's like, yeah, if your energy is towards that, then everything is gonna go towards that.
Okay, like I think is manifesting has to go with work or with doing it.
But it's impossible that that is not followed by actions.
Yes,
Because if I am saying every day I'm gonna be this, this, every day I'm gonna make, even if a tiny little decision that is gonna take me towards that, because I'm saying it every day.
Same.
So it's like it's forcing yourself to have your actions following what you're saying.
So well, my manifesting is that maybe when my son, I told him like, if you become an athlete, a professional athlete, I wanna run your foundation.
Yes. So no more Zumba, no more zest, no more teaching B1 trainings, because now you're gonna be super busy.
Well, maybe I can.
You will be willing to give it
charity events, of course, because dancing will always be in my life. But I can put all my energy on
the foundation. Yes.
On the foundation.
That's an
that will
amazing
be my
idea.
dream.
That is your dream? Yes?
Yes.
I'm sure your boy is gonna get there. He's amazing.
Yes,
He's
I'm
unstoppable. Yes.
Right now he's studying at Atlanta.
Okay.
His dream is to have a D1 scholarship.
Okay.
For college. And like he told us that, Mom, I'm not American. I'm Mexican. I'm not as big as them. And if I don't go in high school, I won't make it. I need to be there since high school. So he found a boarding school in.
Oh, he's committed.
The school is in Rabun. The place is called Rabun Gap. Is 2 hours away from Atlanta. And he.
How old is he now?
Right now he's 16.
Okay. So he's doing his last 2 years there?
His last 3, he already is away from home like 1 year ago. He left home 15 when he was 15. Yes. And he asked for a scholarship. And because boarding schools are really expensive, so that's why we need to work hard. And he's reaching for his dream there.
Did they give him some kind of scholarship?
Yeah, they gave him a scholarship. So it's a scholarship. It's a lot of money, but
of course. But thank God he got the scholarship.
But it's helping. And right now he's like studying there because he wants to be seen by.
He's securing his future.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Wow, amazing. And he's inspired by his own process and battles.
Because when you have a problem or a struggle, you want to give it a human explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not, but God sent this to you because of this, or God, and sometimes you need a human explanation, but there are no human explanations, because how you explain that a kid got cancer and God doesn't want that to. So I once told him, like, your dream is so, because he's a quarterback, and that position is really, 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 really difficult. He doesn't have the height. He's not American. So he has all the odds. And I told him, because you are going to get it, they will want to make a movie about you, but your life will be very boring, because thanks God we are not rich people, but we have a privileged life, that he goes to the sport with his mom in the car, and he has a family that loves him, and he doesn't struggle for eating or education. So if they see your past, you were like a normal kid.
So that's the explanation that you gave him.
So that's the explanation I
So
give
now
him.
the movie is gonna be interesting, and everybody's gonna want to watch.
Yeah, I know.
What
I'm
did
great.
he say to this explanation? Did he buy into that?
Yes, he buy it because he loves cameras like me.
I love this. Mira, pero mira, no, I have a very important question. In the meanwhile, when the son is still in all the attention, all the thunder, what's going on with Marifer? Like, how has she felt about all of this? Because obviously, for a long time and years, all the attention, all the focus, all the energy was into Hector. Can she, is she able to voice it out if she's feeling left out and seen and heard? Like, how's she doing?
Well, her personality is very different from mine. I'm very extroverted. I talk at what I think. I'm always getting out all, and she's more reserved. Of course, it was a big change in the family because we were really a team. Like, girls go for dancing, like, and boys go for football. So if there was a dance tournament, it was Marifer and me. If there was a football tournament, it was Hector, the actors, because
So
my
she
husband
lost
is
her mother because now the mom
her.
has to be with Hector.
So
Of course, that's tough.
she lost her teammate, and
But I am sure that she didn't feel like she could even say that she felt left out, because how could you? You're worried about your brother.
and I always wanted her to also have a psychologist, but she didn't want it. And you know that if you don't want it,
You
it's
cannot
like
force it at that age.
you cannot force it. It was like you can talk with her whatever you want. No, and she didn't want it. My sister lives in Chicago. She got married and she lives there, and she was like, why don't she comes with me for a while all the process, because it's COVID, there's no school. She's like every 2 weeks she's going like from here to there so maybe she can come with me. She didn't have kids, so all the attention was going to be with her. So my sister played a very important role in that moment, because Marifer went to live with her for some months, and then
But how is Marifer now after having gone through that? Because, when you're a kid, you don't necessarily process, but then you see the consequences of that hard time now changing your personality and your behavior. So has she been affected in some kind of way because of that time?
after all the process, when Hector ended chemotherapy and we started like our normal life again, she developed um ¿cómo
Eating. Okay.
she was like this
Super skinny.
super skinny. I was like, but you're
So
in
it
a
was
dance.
bulimia. She was inducing the.
It was a combination, but thanks God, like she started with very bad humor. Of course, she was hungry all time, and I was like, "Tell me what you have," and she didn't want to ask, and I was like, "Marifer, I think you need help. I'm helping others. I'm helping other kids, and I can't help my daughter. Like, you need to talk with me." And then she decided to make me a letter where she like, "Mom, I really feel very bad with my thoughts. I don't want to eat. I feel I'm fat," and da, da, da. So thanks God, it was really on time. and these eating disorders didn't went through her body, because that was they were only on their mind. When the psychologist told me, like, when eater disorder start like eating like your muscle and your organs, is very difficult to get out
Okay.
because already affected physically.
Okay.
So in
It
my
hadn't
first
reached that point.
it hadn't reached that point. So in my first case, we could, like, she went to the psychologist, she tried improving, and right now this year she's a senior, she's graduating, she's super powerful. She's like a very energetic girl. She doesn't knows what she's gonna study. So for
Okay.
6 months, maybe if she's working or she's dancing, she hasn't decided. But we went as a family through all this, like, with more tools and with a lot of strength as a family.
Okay.
But
So she's doing better. Okay.
she's doing
Good.
yeah.
I am sure you could relate a bit with her and what she was going through, because I found out while I was scrolling on your Instagram that your brother has Down syndrome. So I am sure that in a way you experience a very similar thing throughout your whole life, in which the whole energy or most of the attention in the family was guided towards Richard. Is your brother, right?
Yes, Richard. Yes.
So even though it's a different situation, but I am sure that it allows you to relate on how maybe you could feel left out or not as important, even though I believe that's why maybe you developed this super happy personality, because you ended up being the middle daughter.
No, I'm the
The
older
oldest?
one. The
Oh,
oldest,
okay.
then my sister, and then Richard.
Okay.
And
So maybe you were
I'm
just
glad.
trying to be happy, bring the happiness in the house, while they were like more concerned about Richard. Or I don't know what the situation was. Maybe Richard was very functional and it didn't require that much attention.
Well, I'm glad you take that o sea, tomas eso en cuenta, because when I was in all the process, and I didn't cry
In
when
Hector's process,
in Hector's process,
you're so programmed to bring happiness and positivity.
I didn't cry. One time my dad was like, "Come and cry with me." He
And you
wanted to
didn't
see me
feel the
cry.
need.
And I was like, and then I realized, like, Dad, I never see you and my mother struggle because my brother has Down syndrome. So maybe I have that program in me. Like, okay, he has Down syndrome. What we have to do? My brother didn't went to the special school.
He went to normal school.
He went to a normal school. Of course, he had all of the or financial when I was a kid, it was, there's no money because we have to pay your brother's
Therapy.
therapy. But they did it. My mother never hide him away. If we have like piñatas or parties, my brother will come. I even feel proud because I was Richard's sister. Because by
Because he
the
was
time,
popular.
he was popular because he was like the first Down syndrome kid in town that talked, that did sports. So it was like, maybe he has very little Down syndrome. And
Yeah, he's highly functional for what I can see.
it's
Yeah.
super functional. So it was like, yes, he's my brother. And I never saw my dad or my mom like, our kid or son has Down syndrome. So maybe that's what I was programmed to do. Never be a victim.
Isn't it beautiful how what the Bible says, that God doesn't give us a bigger problem than what we can handle? He
Handle.
was already training you throughout your whole life for you to be so strong.
I think that's what really happened. And then even my brother is an athlete. He was representing Mexico on the Down syndrome Olympics.
Wow. Like an Olympic athlete?
He has
Doing
five
what?
world
What
records swimming.
World records.
He already, I think he already has only 3 because 2 have already taken from another, because
But
he's
he
already,
still holds the record? some records?
I think he only
No.
steals 3. And
He's seriously famous.
yes, he has traveled the world more than me with a Mexican.
Mi papá es un poder de amor. Mi mamá y mi papá me llevaban a entrenar hasta 3 años en una terapia de clase. Y estaba yo creciendo y creciendo más. Ya aprendí a nadar. Y me hacía campeón nacional, antinacional, luego mundial. Siento como un pez. Dios me hizo un bebé de oro. Tengo una vista fija y me dice, quiero ganar, quiero llegar por la meta.
Imagínate que Richard nació hermosísimo, de 3600, que yo no le noté ni un rasgo, nada. Y el día que me dijeron, haz de cuenta que yo sentí que me habían cambiado otro bebé. Que sí, pues ya lo empecé a notar. Y ya, pues ahí empezó toda la lucha. Y luego dicen, no, es que Richard tiene muy poquito síndrome. No tiene poquito, tiene, como todos. O lo estimulas, o se queda. Entonces, pues a las mamás que todo se puede.
Right now he's retired and
How old is he?
I'm 5 years. He's gonna be 40 this year.
Okay.
Does
he live on his own?
No,
Is he
he lives
functional?
with my parents.
Okay, so he's not functional enough like to live on his own.
No, yes.
No? Okay.
No, he's not. No, he lives with my parents. I think my parents did the perfect job to make him like functional, but I think in the back of their soul, they were thinking that he will be their companion. Because
Okay.
sometimes he wants to fly, he wants to get married, wants to get his own house, but my parents are like, no, you are our kid.
Okay, they're holding on tight to Richard.
Yes, but well,
but I'm sure
but they did
Richard doesn't see that because he doesn't have that filter and he's like, I'm out.
and no, but they did like a great
So,
job.
wait, but now we're interested in romantic area of Richard's life because he's an athlete and like, so has he had romantic experiences?
Yes, he used to have a girlfriend, also from the swimming team. So imagine traveling alone.
Dude, this is amazing.
But she's from Mexico City.
Okay.
And
So,
of course,
okay, it was only during competition, but
Only-
then
only-
it's a long distance relationship, which is very hard.
yes, and my mom was, I'm not taking more responsibilities with another.
Did he want to bring her in and like live
Yes,
with her?
of course.
But
No,
your
but-
mom did not approve.
No. I think
Was
I
he
think
devastated? How did they go through such a thing?
the video calls started when they stopped like traveling together, and they did video calls.
Uh-huh.
And one day he was on his room, and we were waiting him to eat, and I opened the door, and he was like, and the girl was dancing to.
This is awesome. I love it.
And I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, oh, your brother wants me to dance like Shakira.
Oh my God, this is so beautiful. But wait,
Okay.
are they still together or they broke up?
No, they broke up. They broke up, and
He broke up with her or what happened?
the distance.
Okay.
And it's the only time my brother has. It's something really weird. She was also with Down syndrome, and she's the only girl he had liked with Down syndrome. He doesn't like girls with Down syndrome.
Also, he has crushes constantly,
Yes,
but this
they
was
are,
the only one. Oh, your parents should have sponsored this relationship
of
and like helped her
course.
to move in. But yeah,
Maybe
it's another
when my parents,
responsibility.
when because what we have planned is like when my parents are not more here, maybe 1 year will be with me and 1 year he will go with my sister,
Uh-huh.
and maybe when he's with us we can make another kind of arrangements for him.
Yes. So I am actually totally ignorant about being with exposed and with a person with Down syndrome. So I don't know what would be like the biggest struggle other like what you see in movies. So maybe I have no idea. But is the hardest thing the fact that maybe they have tantrums all of the sudden because they don't know how to process the emotions, the way that we learn to behave, control yourself. So it's like they're just so organic at any point. And is that the hardest thing, or what would be like the hardest thing about growing up with a person with Down syndrome?
Well, of course, they don't have politics. I don't know how to say it. Like if
Yes. Yeah,
like
politically correct. They don't know how to be,
like if they feel
like
it,
behave.
they won't behave. But then by the next day they forget it. So that's what I like about him. And
They don't
yeah,
hold
like,
on to resentment, to
no,
grudges. Not at
no,
all. He
nothing.
doesn't remember what happened yesterday?
No, no,
No.
no, no, no.
He doesn't remember he argued with you yesterday?
Yes, he remembered, but he doesn't say
But
it
he's
like
not
in a bad way.
emotionally attached to it. He's not like offended with what you said.
No,
Oh, how
in that
beautiful. We should all be like that.
yes, in that moment, of course, yes, if they get mad, you have to step away
Because
because
I get physical?
yes, they get physical.
So it's more animalistic.
Yeah,
Like they could hit you, they could punch you or something.
yeah. He
Okay.
had been in fights with my dad,
Okay.
and then my dad is like, "No, I need to go back because now he's stronger than me."
Yes.
But also, they don't care about the money. Like they don't know if 20 pesos is 200 pesos or 2,000 pesos.
But does he care about buying things? He wants to
Yes, he cares
get
about
things.
buying things, but he doesn't know the value.
Mhm.
And also, I don't know if there's a person with that. My dad tried to show
Teaching
him
how
to
to
drive,
drive.
teach him to drive, but I think it didn't work out.
Okay.
And they don't live in the matrix. Like the responsibility of you have to.
So they don't have stress. Or does he go through stressful moments?
No, no.
Only when he wants something and he doesn't get it
Only
and
when
he
he
gets
wants something.
upset.
Or
But that's not stress. It's just in the moment.
in the moment. So they won't
Ah,
be like, oh, I need to pay the bills. I need to pay this.
yeah.
So
Does
that's
he
why,
work?
yes, he works. And they do a lot of like fantasy things because like he works, but then he decided he works in a place where they sell things for pools, for cleaning the pools. And he decided they needed more, ¿cómo se dice?
Chlorine.
Chlorine.
Okay.
So he calls orders. And then
And he knows how to order appropriately?
yes, because the chlorine arrives and then the boss is like, who's gonna pay this? But
So
you
he
laugh,
doesn't
but
apologize because he doesn't realize that he did something that he shouldn't
yes,
have.
then he apologizes, but it's
Okay,
like
so he does realize he did something
yes, he
inappropriate.
realizes he did something bad, he apologizes, and then if he has another idea, he won't be like, should I do that? Or this. No, if we're gonna talk about my brother, we need another
Yeah, this is fascinating.
it's like uh, maybe one day also I will write a book about him because like
Wow.
being
He's a whole personality. Like,
yes, of
wow.
course I don't know if it's the same being the mom or the dad, but as a sister it has been like quite an adventure. There are many things you can learn. It's a very good brother. Of course I try to make him a Zumba instructor,
And
but no, he went to the classes and tell the student, sit down and now you see me dance.
he
So
wanted to be the star.
of
He was
course he
born in this world to shine, to be the
yes.
best at something. So
Yes.
he needed to join like a theater group and like a performance group or something like that.
Yes, not to be
Okay.
an instructor, but
So, but does he like doing videos with you because he gets to be the star on the video?
Yes, of course. And sometimes he goes to my classes and also to the master classes. And he loves everything that has to do with music and dancing. He's also an artist. Con plastilina, how you say?
Play-Doh.
Clay. Play-Doh,
Play-Doh,
Play-Doh or clay. He does art.
Okay.
And he used to swim like I think he stopped swimming when he was 30 years old.
Okay.
But it was his first for therapy. And then my mom decided it was good for him. And because he became an athlete by representing Mexico, he received money.
Okay.
And
Not much, but he received
not
some.
much, of course, but it was like his job
Yeah,
training.
he became famous and he
And
likes it. He enjoys it.
He was like an athlete, muscles, no,
No, he was in shape.
in shape
With a six-pack?
with a six-pack.
No.
Because my mom had pictures of him in all the tienditas around their house that they cannot sell chatarra to him.
Oh, they were not allowed to sell him junk?
Junk food because that Down syndrome kids
Gets triggered
doesn't
more.
get. I think we have like something in our head that it tells us that we are full. They don't get that, so they can
eat nonstop.
They eat nonstop, and he loves chips.
I never knew. So that's the reason why most
That's
of them
the
are
reason why.
overweight.
Yes.
Ah. So how do you
But
make
my
him
mother
stop
was-
eating? You distract him with something else so that he doesn't eat? Because otherwise, like, I will eat all day.
No, right now he's like the aunt that lives with their parents with a big.
He turned into that now because he doesn't
turned
have the
into that.
outlet of the sport.
Now he goes to the gym
And everybody knows him at the gym. He's the
Yeah.
popular person.
and he loves to walk. Like he was walking through the from her house to his job. Sometimes I get calls from friends like, "Oh, Luzma, I'm here in this boulevard and I'm your brother is walking. Like, leave him. He won't." I tell him
He
I
doesn't get lost?
No, when he gets lost, he uses the GPS and
Okay.
puts the walking.
Thank God for GPSs.
Yes, he WhatsApps perfectly. Yeah, no, he's
Very functional.
my sister and I sometimes like joke like maybe he doesn't have Down syndrome and he just wants to be a junior in his house.
Taking advantage of it.
Taking
The free
advantage.
living, free food.
Yeah.
Wow, what a beautiful experience. So none of you or your sister, you guys didn't feel like you didn't have enough attention growing up.
No,
It was actually an addition, an advantage and a blessing to have Richard.
Yes, and well, I was all time dancing in my dance with
You were
my
busy.
sister. But when there was a recital or when there was a presentation, my parents were there. Even my two grandmothers. We really had a really nice support family. When all the therapies were more heavy were in the summer. So my dad had a sister in Saltillo, like a city 2 hours away from here, and we went there for vacations, my sister and I. And I think because it was like they were receiving that therapist in our house, so it will be no many expensive to pay him a hotel. So that's why we traveled to Saltillo, but we were like, ooh, our vacations with our cousins. So maybe it was something, but they disguised it, everything.
Your parents did an amazing job with that.
Yes, so I don't remember saying, oh, why they give all to my brother. No, it was like a perfect childhood for us.
Wow, that's so beautiful. That's amazing. And it prepared you so much for life, to go through life in such a positive way. Luzma, we have talked so much and we never mentioned that you're a zest. So by the way, everybody, Luzma is a zest. You became a zest. This is funny because I was checking out your Zumba page and it says that you're an instructor since 2020.
Yes, I don't know.
Girl, can you call and have them change that? Because it's
Yes.
like very misleading. Like, and then it made me think about it. I was like, impossible. I've seen Luzma at the ZES meeting for at least 10 years. So you've been a ZES for how long?
For 10 years.
10 years. You see,
Uh-huh.
I did my
Yes.
math. Yes. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So you became a ZES. You're the only one in the Zumba world who became a ZES first and then a ZIM member and then an instructor in 2020.
Yes, no, that's so weird. I need to call to someone in the home office to change that.
Yes. So what is your territory? You teach in Mexico, right?
Yes, in
The
Mexico.
B1
Do you want
trainings.
to meet Marifer? Ven rápido.
Yes.
Dile hola.
Hola.
Hola, Marifer. Mucho
Hola.
gusto.
Mucho gusto.
Yo ya te había buscado en Instagram. I had already did a research on you, that you did gymnastics, right? I saw you doing some
Yes.
gymnastics. Were
Yes.
you
When I
into
was little.
dancing or gymnastics or both?
Well, when I was little, I did both, but right now I'm just dancing.
Okay, so you're still a dancer.
Yes.
Do you dance in your mom's academy or somewhere
Yes.
else?
No, yes.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. And you also teach to the little kids dance?
Yes, like 1 time a week.
Well,
Yes.
nice to meet you, baby. I already asked a lot of questions about you. Bye.
My territories are Coahuila, Chihuahua, and Durango, northern states.
Okay.
And I do B1, rhythms 2, rhythms 3, and gold.
You did have your big wow moment when you filmed live at Zumba Convention, Zine 101, and you were
Yes.
invited to do the songs, 2 choreographies with Luis David.
With this David.
Uh-huh.
We have the warm-up section and then 2 songs.
True that. So you
And
had more.
let me go back to where we start talking. When I went to San Diego for this period of my life to live, I went to a Zumba studio and tell them I'm a Zumba instructor. When you need a backup, I'm here. So they call me and I did my first Zumba class and 2 girls left my class. And I was like, do you know who am I? Why are
You were already a ZES?
No, I wasn't a sex.
Okay.
No. So I went to the receptionist like, why did they left? Because you didn't do a good warm up. And that was true. Remember, I told you that because
the warm-up thing follows you everywhere. And now Zumba asks you to do the warm-up for the Zine 101.
and after that, there was an LA conference. Do you remember?
Yes, 2012, the only LA conference.
When the Pitbull did a
Yes.
concert. So when I registered, I was like, I need to do the warm up and cool down session. And Stone did it.
Okay.
And after that, I promise I will be the best at warm ups and cool downs.
And you became the best? You love it now?
Yes, now I love it.
Amazing.
In my B1s, I give a lot of energy and a lot of focus on that because I think it's the most important thing in the class.
Key.
It's key. Like nobody's gonna give you more than 10 minutes of their life. So if you don't
You
conquer
gotta sell
them,
it.
you have to sell the class in the warm up. So when the home office called to do that volume and they asked for the warm up, I was like, oh, this is coming back to me.
Yeah.
I did it with a lot of heart.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. And both your songs were fantastic. That
Yes, I
Zine
love
volume in particular was awesome. Like all of the instructors that were invited, like there were so many hits from that Zine volume.
I still do it in my class.
Yes, I still do your mambo. That was a mambo,
Mama
right?
wanna
Yes.
mama.
And I do it in aqua, but it's the modified version of your choreography for the water. So
Oh.
I still do it in every single aqua training I teach it. Yes, it's just perfect for the water. And that song is awesome. But you did a fantastic job in that. I was so happy to see you in action and that they called you. That's amazing. Yes. So we got to be proud of Luzma.
Because, I think like maybe as a sis or because you are the ones that get the opportunity to do us in volume. Right now they are including jammers and also scenes that's great. Of course, there is so many talent and there are so many types of instructors, but and you want to be on a same volume. It's like a thing you want to check. One day, like I seated down with me, and I was like, are you in Zumba for a same volume, or are you in Zumba for all those things? So I'm not in Zumba for a symbol.
Yes, like is that the ultimate goal, or is that the one thing that I am expecting to happen for me to feel like I am wow? Like, why not feeling wow right now and so appreciative of what we do, regardless of if you ever get to do a in volume?
And when I liberated that, you say it like
It
that?
came
When
to you. Yes, when you
came-
freed yourself from that. Yes.
super
Isn't
weird.
that amazing?
Yes.
That is really awesome.
Yes. So I think that, and let me tell you why I became obsessed.
Why?
Because a friend told me there was a call up for sex. I didn't even know. I wasn't aware of all this Zumba movement. And because it was a friend that did Zumba with me, we were instructors together. Right now, we are not friends anymore. That's so sad. But that happens in Zumba too. And she was like, wow, let's apply for this and that. And I got separated from my first dance studio, and I was opening my studio by my own. And I talked to my husband, like, look, they are calling up for a set in Durango. Durango is a state beside me. It's only one state. I think I can go like once in a year, and I will be like employed by an American company. And my husband,
in your fantasy land, girl.
in my fantasy, I like Luzma.
You're like, I had a working visa in the United States.
Like he was like, Luzma, you are opening your dance studio. Why are you messing around with more things? Like, but it won't be hard. Like I will do like a training once a year, and I will be assessed. Okay, apply. I applied. I got it. I had never gone to convention
Oh my
before.
God, you were clueless as what it entailed to be a Zed.
So when I arrived to the first meeting, to the CES meeting in Miami, I was like, what am I doing here? And then I was with Claudia Gutierrez. We were together.
The new
And
Zezes.
I heard her story. Like, she has been working
Trying for years.
for years. And I was there because a friend told me I apply and I'm there.
And you got it.
And I was, there's a purpose for me to be here. Like, is not luck. Like, you have to find a purpose why you are having this opportunity, and you need to discover that. Of course, I enter, and then no, you have to go, you have to fill your quotas, you have to do every one thing. But it has
like
been
a fast land in reality.
Yes. And like when you say like things when are for you, they are for you, so you get out. So this has been like amazing for me. Like every training I do, I still feel like
the butterflies on
the
your stomach.
butterflies. You don't know what to expect. Who is going to the training? Who are you going to touch? Who are you going to inspire? Who are you going to empower to be an entrepreneur? So and for that you get paid. Of course, sometimes traveling is so hard and you lose your connections, and traveling takes you one more day, but it's a blessing to have this job. I really pray God to give me the conscience when to say goodbye to this job. Don't stay only because of the title, but because you have all the energy to still do good training and have the energy to inspire. And I really feel blessed that by my gift, that is dancing, I can connect and I can help others to have a job. So that I think that's why I got this job.
It's true. It's so beautiful to be appreciative of the opportunity we're given every week through each person to help them to shape themselves into a better future. and to bless other people through it. So if we keep just being aware and reminding ourselves that that's really what we're doing, it's just so enjoyable. How could you not enjoy this? This is such a beautiful thing to do. We're so privileged, regardless of how many people come to a training. I agree. It's even when I envision my future, because I have many plans for my future and all the other things that I'm going to be doing that has nothing to do with Zumba, I'm still like envisioning, oh yeah, and at least once a month I'll teach a B1 because I'm never planning on stopping this. This is just so beautiful. I love it. And I've been teaching trainings for 18 years and I love it. Yes. So I don't ever want to stop. I don't think I'm going to have the need to. I think this is something that we love to do so much that we would do it even if we don't get paid.
Yeah, sometimes I like, okay, there are 4, we can do it because, there are drills in the training that you need at least 4 people. If you don't have at least 4, it's like so awful. So, okay, there's 4, let's do it. And like, why are you not canceling without 4? Because I love it.
Exactly.
Sometimes we got 4 and sometimes we got 40 and you don't know.
No, and when I think about my future and all the abundance of money that I'm going to have, I'm thinking like I wouldn't need to have Zumba as a job for an income. Would I still do it? And that's when I'm like, yeah, because I'm doing it because I love it. Otherwise, I would be doing something else that I enjoy that gives me an income. But I really love doing this. So regardless of this being the income or not, if I have a lot of money and I don't need to work, I will still love teaching the Zumba trainings, like regardless. It's such a privilege to be able to inspire other people. I agree. Luzma, thank you so much for your time, baby. Thank you for sharing so much of your personal life and all the little details about the processes, the big time processes that you have been going through all your life and your family with Hector. Thank God Hector is fine. So he goes to get checkups every year still, or how does it work?
It works like this. After 5 years of your last chemo, you are like
on the other side. You don't even have to go for checkups. You're good to go.
When you finish your last chemo, you go every month, then for a year, and then every 2 months, and the next 3 years, every 6 months. Right now, we are in that process that every 6 months, and in May, we have the 5 years.
Next month?
So,
oh my God, thank God, amiga. Thank God.
Yes,
this is amazing.
It's such a blessing, yes.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing all of this. I will make sure that I put the Instagram account for the foundation as well, and for Hector's Instagram so that people can check him out in action. Playing football is beautiful to see. And amiga, thank you so much for giving me your time and for sharing a piece of you with me and for allowing me to post it publicly. This is beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you also for you for making this space for knowing each other, because I think that's beautiful that we can all have something interesting to share and we all learn from each other.
Right? It's amazing how we can absorb so much, learn so much, inspire each other so much. This is such a beautiful time. I love recording these episodes because it's like my precious time with amazing people. So thank you for blessing my life and for blessing all my viewers, whoever wants to listen to this podcast. I love you, amiga.
Thank you.
You're beautiful.
See you
You're
at
a treasure. Okay.
Oh,
yes. Ciao.
Bye.